Hello, everyone. Welcome to Staking Mondays. Staking Mondays is a weekly show to share specific knowledge from the staking industry leaders with our community. And of course, this is all powered by stakingrewards.com. At Staking Rewards, we are helping investors navigate the landscape of yield-generating digital assets, finding their best opportunities to earn interest on crypto. My name is Ken Garofalo, and I am extremely excited to welcome today's guest. He is originally from China and has been living in the United States for quite a while now. Back in college, he majored in enterprise management at Peking University, worked in the financial industry for several years in China before he came to study economics and computer science at The Ohio State University. Then he transitioned into the internet world where he became a software engineer for about 20 years in e-commerce. Then he got into Bitcoin, Ethereum in the early days, luckily, and eventually started Factum in Austin, Texas as a CTO. Then he went back to China to start a company called WenLend to sell blockchain solutions to local enterprise and the government in 2016. It was at this time that he started incubating the idea of Wanchain to solve the interoperability challenge. He did a proof of concept and built out a platform with Ethereum as the base with cross-chain privacy added. Then they launched Wanchain in 2017 and the mainnet was launched in 2018. So everyone, put your hands together and welcome Jack Lu.
Thank you, Ken. Thanks for the introduction.
Hope you liked it, and welcome, and thank you so much for joining us here today. So, Jack, just a little icebreaker for you. Just want to get the juices flowing here this morning. So, which crypto project first spiked your interest outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and why?
First project. I think there are quite a few projects. Actually, I was an investor in many of the projects I did. I was doing the roadshow for many projects back in 2013 and 14. I invested quite a few projects. But I have to mention the biggest one would be Bitcoin, and my crown jewel is Ethereum. I pretty much put all my Bitcoins on Ethereum back in 2014, and in the beginning of the project,
So very smart bet, and I'm sure it's paid off handsomely for you being involved so early. And how did you have that foresight? What made you believe in a project so early in the industry?
Well, I think it's my background. I have economics and computer science background, and I was serving as an architect at the time for HP. So I was looking around for many startup ideas, right? And just when I heard about Bitcoin and looked into the white paper, and I immediately caught my attention. And I did some mining actually in my home with my home PCs and some equipment. I just got into it. I just got fascinated with this, I call it early social experiment. And I divide all my time, since then.
I mean, that's great timing and great commitment to sort of just go all in on something that is very early in its days and something you believe in. So your education obviously helped. But let's get into Wanchain a little bit here. So Wanchain was announced in the middle of 2017, in the middle of the ICO Hype craze, as one of the first proof-of-stake blockchains. What are some of the most memorable moments from during the days of launching of Wanchain, and how did Wanchain profit off the hype back then?
Yeah, I remember that in early 2017, after we did several months of, feasibility research into this new project, and we finally decided to launch this new project, and we finally picked the name, WEN, WAN, Wide Area Network of Blockchains, and it fits us pretty well what we wanted to do, and the vision we had. And after we did the feasibility research, we felt that this can be done, right? And we're so excited about the future. And that was the moment for the core team that we were committed to the project. And then we said, well, we will stick to it for the long term. And later on, after we kicked off the project, we travel around the world to do the roadshow, and every moment, this project was just caught attention around the world. We got so much attention, and people believed us, I mean, the team, and also the technology, and the concept, and what we wanted to do. People just bought into the vision, right? And yeah, there was a lot of hype back then. I think a lot of projects had a lot of hype, right? And I think the peak was when we launched the mainnet in January 2018 at Miami Bitcoin conference, and that was really the peak for our project. And so many people came to us and told us that they believe in the project, asked us to really work hard and achieve our goal. And I told them, yeah, I will stick to the project, in probably forever for this project, right? And by looking back, I think 2017 and early 2018 was crazy days, right, for many projects. I think I don't think that Wanchain, the team, we call it profit is not right term. We did benefit from the hype, right? Very quickly, because of the tension around the world, many doors were open to us, like media attention and many partners, and we were able to assemble the best team around the world very, very quickly. I think that's very, very fortunate for us to launch the project in the right time. And certainly we did the fundraising very, very quickly, and also make sure that we had enough funds for us to do all the development. The project team doesn't have to worry about funding, and we can focus on the development for many years, and that's why we achieve our milestone one at a time, right? And we deliver pretty much everything we promised in our white paper, and we I think overachieve and in many different fronts, and we were able to deliver our special proof of stake, very early days, a lot faster than Ethereum, right? And we also deliver our multi-chain, cross-chain bridge infrastructure, of course, over many iterations. But I'm very happy that what happened to us. But I do have to mention that, when the coin was launched in the open market, the team definitely doesn't have a lot of control, right? Crypto market is not very regulated, and it's open. Right? Our project team has very little control. But I'm glad that a lot of people stick to our project in the long term, right? I'm sure that with the help from them and support from them, the project will be a great success.
Yeah, and it is truly a remarkable story of planning and researching and then actually executing on all the milestones. And I think you have overachieved, and the market has reacted to that. And all this initial audience that you gained in the first place during 2017, a lot of them are still here with you, and it's grown tenfold since then as well. So just a great story. And with all these crypto hype cycles that happen, you have fast shifting sentiment like the ICO hype, the DeFi hype, the NFT hype we saw recently. Is this dangerous, or is this a net positive for the industry overall?
I think it's kind of both. I was in the internet boom in the late 90s, right? It was crazy at that time, And for every technology in the IT world, right? We know, like AI, we know big data, all those things, right? 5G, those things. I don't know. There are many hypes, right? I think crypto even worse than that, right? Because the thing is not regulated, right, in the early stage, and it's a world market, right? It's not one country. It's just 24-hour, by 7, and it's very, very difficult to control, and because it's in the early stage, there's a very small percentage of people are involved in this, right? And when we have this hype, suddenly it's very good to attract new people to come in, right? And with the world population increase even by little, right? This will magnify, right? Multiple fold, many folds, right? Compared to the traditional market. So certainly this will go up and down in a dramatic fashion, right? But I think overall, like in any other financial markets, it's more like a zero-sum game, right? Some people lose and some people win, right? But overall, because the crypto industry is expanding, right? And millions and millions of people join in this industry every year. So this industry is attracting a lot of more funds, right? Assets, and also more talents, and new ideas, all coming into this we call a black hole, right? People coming into this and to have innovative ideas and to have great innovations and great technology achievements. I think this is very good for the industry. But unfortunately, there are a lot of short-term hypes and scams. Some people get hurt. But I would strongly urge our audience, be careful out there. Right? Don't put too much into it, more than you can lose, right? And make sure that you actually follow the good projects, not the bad ones.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice there. There are so many new projects coming out. It's best to do research. And that's why I like coming to a platform like Staking Rewards, honestly, because we are such a research intensive platform that we do a lot of filtering and weeding out of these scam projects before they get listed on our site. But you made a great point about sort of the brain drain happening with talent as well. You mentioned this as being a beneficial part of launching in 2017 is you were able to source a lot of top tier talent from around the world because of how much interest was given to the industry and sector at that time. So it seems like you're continuing to benefit from this top tier talent that exists within the blockchain space. And so maybe these hype cycles aren't that bad after all, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do you think users can best differentiate between short-term hype and long-term innovation, like what we're seeing with Wanchain here?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you have to look at the teams, right? Make sure that they are here to stay, right? They're not disappearing after a few months or a couple years, right? And you have to make sure that they do have the talents and capability to to execute their plan with the funding, right? If they do not have the talents or the skills to execute, then you probably stay away from them, right? Some people or some projects, I don't know, came out of nowhere, right? But some people have this we call a FOMO emotions, right? Like to follow the heat, right? And I don't know, and get them hurt, right? Get themselves badly hurt sometimes, right? I think you have to do enough research, right, by yourself, and make sure that you have enough knowledge first of all before you actually put a lot of money into this. And for long-term projects like Wanchain, right, we started in 2017, right, with all the white paper we published, and you can look at all the materials and all the milestones one by one. You can follow them, right? And actually all of them are delivered and with a good quality, right? People have been using them, and you can see the code and see the material and see the comments or advice from all the other inferences, certainly good inferences, right? And you can try them, right? You got to have some kind of a proof of concept, and you try the products. And for example, for bridges, right? If you don't know, you ask people with technical abilities. Well, this centralized cross-chain bridge is centralized, right? Or is this decentralized, right? But in this crypto world, right, you gotta go with decentralized one, right, for the long term. It's sometimes it's not that hard for people to pick the right technology or right team. I think sometimes people just got influenced by I don't know, by the formal emotion, or by the bad advisors, I would say. Yeah. And you know, I would suggest that, you know, people have to do their own research, and, you know, don't put too much money, you know, and too early before you do enough research. Yeah.
So my biggest takeaway from your advice there is really put a lot of stock in the team, in their history. How long have they stuck around? How well they are delivering on their milestones, and to what level of quality as well. So yeah, these are great points of advice from, you know, one of the most successful builders and investors seemingly that I see out there. So as much as the team is important, the community plays an important role as well in the success of a project. So in your opinion, what role does community sentiment play for you in making development decisions for Wanchain in particular? And do you get valuable indicators for where the core team should focus on from your community?
Well, first of all, you know, Wanchain has, you know, roadmaps or technology roadmap from day one, right? And we follow our roadmap one step at a time. But we do recognize that, you know, engaging community is very important for any crypto project, right? We need to get our community engaged, right? We have our global ambassador team, and we have ambassadors to pretty much every local communities. And we actually, I myself in Telegram, you know, channel pretty much every day if possible, to get information from the community, see where the feedback about our products, about their expectations, right? I think we need to get the engagement going, right? And at the same time, we do have surveys, like, you know, when we choose which cross-chain bridge to build, right? We ask our community to vote. We have a lot of voting going on. Ask them to say, well, which one you guys want first, right? And for some of the you know, cross-chain bridges, we actually get the feedback from the community as a reference, and so well, prioritize our development goals, which one goes first, right? And I think this is very, very important. And for some, like usability and some of the tools, it's even more important, like our wallets and our website tools, and we'll get the community feedback and continuously improve the usability, right? And of course, our community complains the most is our, you know, marketing, and they keep saying that we need to, you know, spend more money and get everybody to know our product. Yeah, we have been trying very hard. Yeah, the team has making you know, a lot of adjustments in PR and marketing, and also business development as well, based on the community's feedback.
Yeah, and I mean that's tough sentiment I hear echoed throughout almost every crypto community is they want more marketing, more marketing. It's never enough. Yeah. We're making great content right here, right now, and you're providing a lot of valuable insights. So we can share this video around your community. I'm sure they're going to love it. Yeah. So it sounds like you're getting some great feedback, and you have the applications that are ready to use these bridges, these other products we're going to get into later. So it is always helpful when you have something that the user can actually participate in, so they provide feedback from their own experience. So what significance does staking in particular have for you building your community? So could proof of stake be an enabler for community engagement?
Yeah, certainly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially true for Wanchain. We implement our own proof of stake mechanism, consensus mechanism called Galaxy consensus, and we pretty much develop our own, right, based on, of course, Ouroboros methodology, and we implement this POS probably several years ahead of Ethereum. We actually fork Ethereum's code back in 2017, right? And we are waiting for their POS, but they are too slow, so we have to implement our own, right? And we rolled out our pre-POS, of course, with delegation in 2019, and it was well received by the community. And we had very, very many, nodes, POS nodes around the world. And we have a lot of participation, of course, from the community with either running the node or do the delegation. Right? This is a very good tool. And for Wanchain, we create something called partner model for POS node. For example, if one person doesn't have enough fund, many people, up to 5 actually, can get together and organize a team to run the node together. They can partner, use their fund to partner in, right? They can actually run this as a business to promote their own validator to accept delegations and make money, right? And they can certainly expand that into our second staking mechanism. We call the Storm Group a staking mechanism for the cross-chain bridges. So for our current cross-chain bridge, we have 25 nodes we call Storm nodes. It's more like peers or supporting structure under the cross-chain bridges. And we will continue to expand the number of nodes in the future, right? So we also have this partner model, right? So a team or even one person can run node for POS at the same time can run another node for Storm to support the cross-chain bridges, right? And we actually the reward for cross-chain bridges actually higher than the POS, and because in the future with the cross-chain transactions, we will charge certain fees, and more rewards coming to the Storm node operators, right? And we currently have probably 30% of our WEN tokens are staked into POS and also Storm node, and of course a lot more put into the DeFi applications, right? And we plan to launch something called X stake on other chains, so people can do the staking in, let's say, on Ethereum first. That's our first stage. You can use your Ether or USDT or some other assets to stake into our cross-chain bridges as a collaterals. And certainly Wanchain will provide the rewards, OneCoin as rewards, and there will be basically the reward will be determined by the market, right? And we also have another staking mechanism called something like double mining in the DeFi world, right? We'll pick the Ethereum 2.0, the staking mechanism. You can stake your Ether into POS in Ethereum. At the same time, you can do something like a double staking into our cross-chain bridges. Some kind of institution will create some kind of token, more like an LP token, right, on Ethereum that can be delegated or staked into our cross-chain bridges. Certainly, the value will be less than the whole Ether, right? But this model will enable us to widen our cross-chain bridges by collaborating with other POS mechanisms like Ethereum, like Polkadot, or many other POS chains, and we'll use our assets to secure our cross-chain bridges. And that's the mechanism we have. Certainly, all of this, right, if anybody participates in multiple chains, they can run many nodes, and they can engage their supporters, or we call it delegators. They can run this as a business, and certainly will help to grow not only their business but also Wanchain's ecosystem.
Wow, I mean, this is golden opportunities that you're telling us about right now. The opportunity to basically double dip on your yield with providing liquidity and then moving that to the bridge to help secure the bridge. I mean, that's truly remarkable stuff that I haven't heard of before you mentioned here. I wonder if you have any good stories of a young startup or young people with little to work with that maybe did this business model of 5 coming together as a partnership and a great success story on running a node on your platform. Do you have anything? I don't want you to play favorites or anything like that, but sometimes people
it's an open system. Anybody can participate. We do have partners running a node in the past and still today, right? And it's up to the users to decide whether they want to organize a group. And there's usually a primary runner, and people have to have some kind of trust, right? But once they partner in, they have the control of their own fund at least.
Yeah, excellent. So last question here before we get into the community question phase. So I want to know from you, what are the best opportunities that you think there are out there to earn passive income and returns in Wanchain ecosystem right now? Talking about cross-chain staking mechanisms, talking about the version 2 of WenLend, which just launched today, by the way.
Yeah.
If you could go into those for more details.
Yeah, certainly. For POS node, if you go to our Wanchain.org website, and you can jump to our Explorer, wenscan.org, and you can see that, the return, basically the APY for our POS is from 8% to 10% annually. And for our Stormer node, it's 10 to 12%. Depends on whether you are doing delegation or you're running a node, right? The return can vary, right? And as I mentioned, that you can also participate in XStake, but it's not totally ready yet. It's in the testing phase. It will be ready pretty soon, and you can do staking in Ethereum first, right? And then we'll expand into other chains. And the return, of course, will be higher, probably compared to other mechanisms in Ethereum, but it certainly will be determined by the market, right? But that's the passive incomes I'm talking about. And of course, you just mentioned the WenLend, our version 2, our cross-chain lending platform, just went live today, a couple hours ago. Our version 1 of WenLend has been running for more than a year, right? With a lot of participants. And we are ready to launch the version 2 with certainly with a governance token, a wand, right? And certainly people can join this platform. And I think there will be liquidity mining in 3 days, in 12. So if you want to participate, certainly for any DeFi application, you have to get into this as early as possible, right? So you gotta act soon in the next couple of days, right? And also we have some other DeFi applications like OneSwap, right? You can do yield farming. It's more like crossing, AMM based exchange platform. Has been running for probably around a year as well, right? And we also have a gamified NFT platform called Zookeeper, and people can play around with that as well for the liquidity mining, and you can play with the NFTs and do a lot of fun stuff over there, and with a very, very high rewards, right? And of course, based on your risk preferences, you can choose POS or a Stallman or pick DeFi applications, and a lot of opportunities there. Yeah.
Such a wide range of products and applications to choose from to generate this passive income, chase this yield, as we like to say. It really is truly remarkable how many developments have been made on Wanchain here. So now getting into the community questions. These questions were sourced off of a Twitter post, and the winners here, I'll announce their usernames, will be given 50 Hearts token, which is the native loyalty token on stakingrewards.com. And the first question is there any plans on increasing the number of nodes on the Wanchain network?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. I think for POS node, we don't have, we'll just encourage our community to participate anytime. We will let the growth naturally, right? But we don't have a plan to increase the number of nodes on Stormer node. We started from 21 nodes, and now it's 25, right? And we will continue to grow the number, and by attracting more node operators. The reason is very simple, right? We need to have wider we call the economic bandwidth of the cross-chain bridges to allow more traffic to go through between different chains, right? And we need more operators at the same time. We need more delegators and more collaterals staking to this cross-chain bridges. Certainly, that's our plan.
So a call to all validators, a call to all delegators.
Certainly,
also,
yes.
Come participate, come run a node.
Yeah.
The opportunity is here for you. And next question here, is from Crypto YOLO 5. Good name. WenChain is providing cross-chain interoperability for Polkadot as well. Will WenChain auction their Polkadot slot?
Well, yeah, we do have plan to integrate Polkadot and several of their parachains. That's what we are working on right now. And Polkadot integration or this cross-chain bridge has been on our testnet for several weeks now, and we are continue to let our public community to do the enough testing right before we launch it. At the same time, we trying to partner with enough Polkadot ecosystem projects, and that's what we are working on, right? But we do not have a plan at least at this moment to do the auction on Polkadot. I think our strategy is to partner with Polkadot and also their ecosystem projects, and to have more applications, more use cases to build another DeFi center, other than Ethereum, of course. And we will link them together, and we will link multiple financial centers and with our cross-chain, multi-chain cross-chain bridges. I think that's our goal.
It's so exciting to hear these future plans for you, and it's it seems like you're the king of interoperability here. Everything just seems like you're making the bridge between different industries and just benefiting off the volume that's happening, right? So what are the unique innovations and improvements we should be expecting in WenChain's foreseeable future? And this is from Ajuban Kessi.
Okay, yeah. Certainly, as you mentioned, that with the number of increased number of Storm nodes, we'll continue to improve, right? Probably with subgroups of Storm nodes, something like that. We improve the performance and the security of the cross-chain bridges. We call it multi-chain cross-chain bridge infrastructure. And with the L1, we will probably apply the similar technology onto layer 2 as well. Right? We call it multi-chain and also multi-layer, right? Layer 1 and also layer 2 cross, and also layer 2 and the layer 2 cross, right? Cross-layer infrastructure. We are working on that, right? I think we have something ready already out there, right? Some articles out there, and we are working on that. It will be coming out pretty soon, right? We want to build a infrastructure that will support not only on the layer 1, but and also layer 2, and also with some projects with multi-chain strategy. Like some projects, they issue token on multiple chains, like a USDT or some other decentralized projects, tokens on different chains. We'll use the same mechanism to create the bridges and allow their tokens to easily flow one chain to another, right? That's something that we're working on right now, right? And of course, another thing we have been, that's our focus since the day one. That's our, we call it privacy, right? That was built on WenChain since day one. And we do have plan. We are looking at it, research at it, and we want to comply with the regulations as well, right? We want to build the privacy into cross-chain bridges as well. But probably that will be coming soon as well, based on the factors I just mentioned.
All right. So our listeners' ears just perked up there. Some great insights into future developments at WenChain. So very excited for that stuff. You've been a wonderful guest here today, Jack. And if you could just tell the people listening here, what are the best place they can go to find more information about WenChain, about you even as well?
Yeah, go to our Twitter, right? And you can find everything on our website. Just search for Wanchain, Google Wanchain, WAN, chain, right? You find our website, and then you can find our, our Twitter, our Telegram. Join our Telegram, right? You can certainly follow me on Twitter and ping me anytime on Telegram as well. Yeah.
All right, we'll certainly head on over to those Twitter and Telegram channels, and we'll follow you as well. Thank you so much again for joining us. And for everyone watching, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. You can check out our previous episodes of Staking Mondays on Spotify and YouTube. We've interviewed guests like Tor Bear from Secret Network, Do Kwon from Terra Money, Zaki Manian from Cosmos, Stani Kulachov from Aave, Arthur B. from Tezos, Chao Wang from DeFi Alliance, and now Jack Lu from Wanchain. So thank you again for watching, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. As always, happy staking. Take care, Jack.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care.